My husband and I are having a debate right now. He took our daughter to a birthday pool party. It was at a YMCA. Our daughter was the last one out of the pool. My husband took her into the family locker room, and a mother looked at my husband and said, "Your daughter can be in here, but you can't, and have to leave now." This woman was the only other person in there, with her daughter and a baby. Only the children were changing. Adults weren't in the pool. My husband said he brought our daughter back out and waited for the woman to leave, then brought our daughter in to dress her. He didn't feel comfortable bringing her into the men's locker room, and he said you can't pay him to enter a women's locker room. I was upset with him because I never want our daughter to feel uncomfortable being in any situation with her father. If this woman didn't want to be around men, why didn't she go into the women's locker room? I told him, I wish he stuck up for himself and told her family room is all-inclusive. If she wanted privacy, go into the women's or one of the private bathrooms. My husband's argument. As a man, no matter what he would have said in a bathroom situation, he would have been in the wrong and did not want an argument. He didn't want the woman to get too aggressive in front of our daughter and make it more uncomfortable. He also said that she and her child were a part of the birthday party as well, and that after changing, they were all going to the same party room, and he would have been the only guy in a room full of women. He says that he felt like he would have walked into a lion's den after having a restroom argument. My husband works very hard to provide for us. I am the one that goes to the school functions, birthday parties, etc. I wasn't feeling well today and asked him to go and now feel so bad about this, being his first kid's birthday party experience. I told him our private school is filled with entitled women and need to be reminded, politely, they don't own every room because that's exactly how 90% of them act. I guess I just wish I was there to speak up for my husband because I would have told that woman off real quick. My other issue is, what if he was a single father or there wasn't a female in this family dynamic? What was he to do? Family means for all, no? Eighth? Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. As a man, there is no room in this world for a man to stand up to a woman. You should be mad at her and not him. She made him out to seem like a predator, and that is not the situation you want to be in as a man. Comment 2. Your husband took the path of least resistance and handled himself and the situation admirably. There was nothing to be gained by escalating the situation. Comment 3. Your husband avoided escalating a fight and therefore protected his daughter. The woman was in the wrong, but your husband certainly wasn't. Now, for the update. My husband went back to the YMCA for his regular swim, and as fate would have it, he ran into the same woman from the party. Let's call her Karen for anonymity's sake. They recognized each other, and she approached him, this time to apologize. She mentioned she had been going through some personal issues and admitted she overreacted that day. It turns out, Karen is going through a messy divorce and was feeling particularly vulnerable that day. She confessed she's been struggling with the idea of her own children being in similar situations, and it clouded her judgment. My husband, being the understanding guy he is, accepted the apology, and they ended up having a heartfelt conversation about co-parenting and the challenges of navigating public spaces as single parents. Now here's where it gets really wild. Karen, in her newfound sense of justice, has become an advocate for co-parenting rights at the YMCA. She met with the management and proposed a new policy to better accommodate single parents, which includes clearer signage indicating the family locker room is for all genders and family situations, and staff training to handle these situations more sensitively. But get this. During one of the meetings, Karen recognized one of the YMCA board members as an old college friend. They reconnected, and she's now been invited to join the board as a member. She's using her position to push for these changes, not just locally, but as a potential model for YMCAs nationwide. In an unexpected turn of events, my husband has been asked to be part of a parental advisory group formed to provide feedback on family-related policies. It seems our uncomfortable situation sparked a change that might benefit a lot of families out there. And for our daughter, she's been taking swim lessons at the same YMCA, and the staff have been incredibly supportive and welcoming. She's turning into quite the little swimmer, and my husband feels much more comfortable being there, knowing the environment is evolving to be more inclusive. In a strange way, I'm grateful to Karen. Her initial misstep has led to a positive outcome that might have never happened otherwise. Sometimes it takes a confrontation to start a conversation, and I'm just glad it turned out this way for us and potentially many other families. Now for the comments. Comment 1, not the idiot. It's refreshing to see someone take accountability for their actions like Karen did. Not everyone is open to change or willing to turn a negative experience into a positive one. It sounds like she's using her tough situation to promote a good cause and improve the YMCA for all families. Kudos to your husband for being involved and helping make a difference in the community. Comment 2. You're the idiot for initially judging Karen without knowing her struggles. Everyone has bad days, and it was unfair to label her based on one incident. However, it's great that she apologized and is taking steps to better the situation for everyone involved. Your husband's participation is commendable, but remember, empathy goes a long way in understanding others' actions. Comment 3. Not the idiot. This is a win-win. Your husband's willingness to participate in the parental advisory group shows his commitment to making the YMCA a great place for families. It's impressive how a single event led to such a positive outcome, transforming a personal challenge into community progress. Plus, your daughter benefiting from the improved environment is the cherry on top. Now, for the next story. My 80-year-old mother-in-law lives about a mile from my husband and me. She is a wonderful person. She helps us and is kind and has great intentions. I love her dearly. However, I am getting frustrated because she seems to think it is okay to walk into my home at any time without knocking, ringing the bell, or even letting us know she's coming over. If the doors are locked, she uses the spare key we gave her for emergencies. It startles me. I'm not always wearing appropriate clothing for guests, especially since I have a toddler who doesn't allow me to close any doors, bedroom, or bathroom, because she gets into everything if I do, even if it's only for a minute or two. My husband doesn't agree with my frustrations, but he did talk to her about ringing the bell. He said she can drop by anytime, but asked her not to just walk in. Even after the conversation, nothing changed. She just walked in again without letting us know she was even coming over. I'm beyond frustrated. My husband is now upset with me and thinks I need to let it go. He says that she is family and that she should be able to just walk in anytime. He says that it is my issue and that I am the one who is the problem, not her. Am I the jerk for just wanting her to ring the doorbell when she comes over? Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Not the idiot. I'd change the locks or take her key away. Husband needs to understand it's your home too. You deserve to be comfortable in your own home. If it were me, as soon as I hear the door open, I'm getting naked or start doing something weird. Make her feel uncomfortable. Comment 2. Not the idiot, but give one of your family member a key and just text them randomly to come over and see how he likes it. Comment 3. Not the idiot, install a chain on the doors so she can't open them. Now, for the update. Last Thursday, I was in the kitchen, the toddler was finally napping, and this time when she walked in, it was different. I didn't jump out of my skin because my mother-in-law didn't just barge in. I actually heard a faint chime of the doorbell before the door creaked open. I peeked around the corner, and there she was, standing with a sheepish yet hopeful smile. I must admit, my initial reaction was to be a tad annoyed. Why now, after all this time? But then, she held out a tiny ribboned box. I wanted to start over, she said, her voice a little wobbly. Inside was a new key, one she had made for us. I realize now that your home is not my space to invade. This is me promising to respect that, she explained. We sat down with cups of tea, and she shared stories of her own early motherhood, of the times she felt her privacy was trespassed upon by well-meaning relatives. It was an eye-opener, realizing she understood but had somehow forgotten those feelings. Since that day, she's been ringing the bell, sometimes even calling ahead. Our relationship has blossomed in a way I didn't anticipate. It's not just about the doorbell, it's the conversations, the shared meals, and the respect that's grown. And the most unexpected thing? My toddler has started running to the door, excited to see Grandma, knowing that she'll hear that familiar chime first. It's become a game, a little ritual that marks the start of a visit, filled with laughter and stories. It's strange how such a small act has knitted us closer. There's a new trust between us, a gentleness that wasn't there before. And my husband? He's relieved and grateful, seeing his mother and wife finding common ground. I wanted to share this update because it's a reminder that sometimes the solution starts with understanding, and change can come, even if it takes time. My mother-in-law's gesture of ringing the bell was simple, but it symbolized so much more. It was an offering of peace, a sign of respect, and the beginning of a new chapter for us all. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. I mean, your mother-in-law actually listened and made an effort to change. That's like finding a unicorn. So many stories here are about boundary-stomping in-laws who never learn. Kudos to her for realizing her mistake, apologizing, and respecting your space. It's great to hear that your kid is now associating Grandma's visits with positivity. Sounds like a win for family harmony. Comment 2. You're the idiot. I get that things turned out well, but giving your mother-in-law a new key after she overstepped? That's setting a precedent that she can disrespect your boundaries and still be rewarded. What happens next time she decides to push the limits? She might take this as a sign that she can always get away with it, as long as she follows up with an apology. Comment 3. Not the idiot. Honestly, this is wholesome. Your mother-in-law made a genuine effort to change, and it's paying off. It's not easy to admit you're wrong, especially with family dynamics. Now your toddler is growing up with happy memories of their grandma, and that's priceless. Plus, your husband must feel a huge weight off his shoulders seeing his family get along. Cheers to new beginnings and ringing doorbells. Now, for the next story. I feel frustrated, but here's the story. I had a friend who dated a girl for and decided to propose to her. She accepted, and they went on to make all the necessary preparations for their wedding. Personally, I never liked her, but I accepted their relationship because he was happy. About 3 years ago, during a vacation, I saw her with another man. When I asked my friend, he claimed she was on vacation with her parents in another country. However, I discovered evidence 2 weeks before their wedding that she had been cheating on him for 3 years with the same man from the vacation trip. I felt compelled to tell my friend to prevent him from starting a marriage based on lies. He confronted her, and after much denial, she finally admitted to her infidelity and revealed plans to marry the other man. The wedding was called off, and she ended up marrying the other guy. Strangely, my friend still loves her and blames me for supposedly ruining his happiness. Now, she's telling him she'll divorce her current husband to be with him, blaming me for everything. It's a bewildering situation, and I'm left feeling misunderstood and isolated. Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Let them be miserable together. Not the idiot. Better yet, find the new husband and tell him what's up. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Your friend is a cuck and a douche. Ghost him. Comment 3. Can't fix stupid, but you attempted. Now, for the update. Okay, you guys are not going to believe what went down over the last 2 weeks. So after everything imploded, right, my buddy was a mess. He was blaming me, still hung up on her, all that jazz. Turns out, she had the audacity to text him while on her honeymoon with the other guy. She's saying how she made a huge mistake, and that she still has feelings for my friend. It's like watching a train wreck. You want to look away, but you just can't. Fast forward a few days, and my friend is starting to bounce back a bit. He's hitting the gym, going out with the guys, and it seems like he's turning a corner. But then, guess who comes crawling back into town? Yep, his ex-fiancée. She shows up at his door, sobbing about how she's already filed for divorce and how my friend is the one true love of her life. Here's where it gets even crazier. My friend actually considers taking her back. They have this dramatic, tear-filled reunion in the rain, like something out of a bad romance movie. They're hugging it out, and I'm thinking, no way is this happening. But wait, it gets worse. The other man she married? Turns out he's actually quite influential in town, and when he gets wind of what's happening, he starts throwing his weight around. He's determined to make sure everyone knows it was my friend who stole his wife back. It's like high school drama, but with adults and bigger consequences. The ex-fiancé is playing the victim, saying she was confused and pressured. Meanwhile, my friend's reputation is taking hits left and right. People are actually buying into this narrative, and now he's the bad guy in the eyes of many. He's lost a couple of mutual friends, and even some clients at work are giving him the side eye. Amidst all this, I'm trying to be the voice of reason, telling him he's making a huge mistake, but he's not listening. He's too caught up in the drama and the idea of winning her back. Our friendship is strained because he still partly blames me for opening his eyes to her cheating in the first place. Just when I think things can't get worse, the soon-to-be ex-husband decides to sue my friend for alienation of affection, claiming he's responsible for the breakdown of the marriage. It's absolutely insane. My friend is now dealing with potential legal battles on top of the social fallout. And in the latest development, the ex-fiancé has started posting all these cryptic messages on social media about true love prevailing and overcoming obstacles. It's like she's living in her own reality TV show. So yeah, that's the update. I'm still here, watching this whole saga unfold, feeling like I'm stuck in an episode of a soap opera I never signed up for. All I did was tell the truth, and now I'm somehow the villain in an epic love story gone wrong. Any advice on how to handle this without losing my mind? Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Your friend doesn't control the ex's actions, nor how the other man reacts. It's a real mess, but at the end of the day, it's the ex causing the drama, not your friend. He's just trying to find some peace and happiness amidst the chaos. Plus, suing for alienation of affection? What century are we in? He should just focus on supporting his friend and staying out of the drama. Comment 2. You're the idiot for even considering advising your friend to get back with that mess of an ex-fiancé. She's clearly manipulative, bouncing between men like a ping-pong ball and causing havoc. Your friend deserves better and should steer clear of that tornado of drama. You should be encouraging him to move on, not get sucked back into her games. She's only going to do more damage. Comment 3. Not the idiot. The ex-fiancé sounds like a drama queen, and your friend is the victim here. He's been put through an emotional ringer because of her indecisiveness, and now this other guy's power trip. You're a good friend for sticking by him and trying to help navigate this nightmare. Keep your head up and maybe suggest your friend seeks legal counsel to deal with the lawsuit. This is soap opera level drama, and he needs all the support he can get. Now, for the next story. I am a 24-year-old female, and I have a sister who is 32 years old named Jamie. Jamie has a fiancé who is 36 years old named Aaron, who proposed to her about 3 months ago. My fiancé, Daniel, is 25 years old, and I have been engaged for about a year, but we've been together for 5 years. Jamie and I have always had a complicated relationship. She has made my life as miserable as possible for as long as I can remember. But this time she went too far. About a month ago, my mother, my sister, and I went wedding dress shopping. Now, remember, this was for my wedding, not Jamie's. I saw this beautiful white lace dress with white flowers and immediately fell in love. We got the dress fitted, bought it, and took it home. A week before my wedding, my sister showed me the wedding dress she wanted. When I saw it, I immediately knew that it was my dress. She said she had just fallen in love with everything about it and asked if I could get a new one. I obviously told her no because my wedding was in a week and I had already bought it and had it fitted. She then continued to throw a fit and tell me how it wasn't fair and I always ruin everything for her. I thought that was the end of it, but boy, was I wrong. A few hours later, I saw her in the room with my dress. I walked into the room as she was not supposed to be in there, and lo and behold, there she was about to cut my dress into pieces. I screamed and ripped the dress out of her hands as she kept trying to ruin it. She told me if I had just chosen a new dress, this wouldn't be happening. I told her she was crazy and that she was no longer welcome at my wedding. My fiancé said I took it too far, but I don't think I did. Am I the jerk? Now, for a few comments before the update. Comment 1. Your fiancé said you took it too far? Wow. Do you really want to marry a man that backs your sister over you? Like WTF? Comment 2. You didn't take it far enough. You should press charges on the psychological witch, not the idiot. Comment 3. Your fiancé didn't have your back. TBH, I'd probably cancel the whole freaking thing. Now, for the update. A few months passed since the incident, and the silence between Jamie and me was deafening. My wedding to Daniel was everything I could have wished for, even without my sister by my side. It was bittersweet, but we pushed through, surrounded by friends and family who filled the day with love. Fast forward to last week, out of the blue, I received a letter from Jamie. I won't lie, my hands were shaking as I opened it. In the neatest handwriting, she poured her heart out, apologizing for her behavior and explaining how much she missed me. She acknowledged the pain she caused and asked if I could find it in my heart to meet her for coffee. It was tough, but I agreed. We met at a little cafe we used to go to as kids. The air was heavy with unspoken words, but then Jamie did something I didn't expect. She reached into her bag and pulled out the most adorable little bonnet I'd ever seen. It turns out, she's expecting. I'm going to be an aunt. She told me she wanted her child to know their aunt and to be surrounded by the same sisterly love we had once known. That broke the ice. We talked for hours, cried a little, and laughed a lot. Jamie offered to pay for the damages she caused, but it wasn't about the money anymore. It was about rebuilding what we had lost. Daniel was a gem through all this. He understood why I needed to do this, and he supported me every step of the way. I think he was just relieved to see a path to healing. It's not going to be an overnight process, but we've started attending family therapy to work through our issues. It's helping us understand each other and our actions better. We're taking it one day at a time. So there's hope after heartache, forgiveness after fury. I wanted to share this because so many of you reached out with support and advice when I was at my lowest. Family can sometimes tear you apart, but it's also the same place where you can find the deepest love and, sometimes, a second chance. Thank you all. Now, for the comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. Forgiveness is powerful, and it's wonderful that you're giving your sister a chance to make amends. Having a child is a life-changing event, and it's understandable that Jamie wants her kid to know their family. Plus, going to therapy shows serious commitment to improving your relationship. Kudos to you and your partner for supporting each other through this healing process. Comment 2. You're the idiot. It seems like you forgave her too easily after the wedding dress incident. People don't change overnight, and an apology letter doesn't fix everything. What guarantees do you have that Jamie has truly changed? It's great that you're trying to be the bigger person, but you might be setting yourself up for more heartache if Jamie hasn't genuinely learned from her past actions. Comment 3. Not the idiot. It takes a lot of courage to rebuild bridges, especially with family. Your willingness to meet Jamie halfway is commendable, and the fact that you're all in therapy shows a collective effort to truly mend the relationship. It's not just about forgiving, it's about learning and growing together. Plus, Daniel sounds like a true gem for being a rock throughout this process. Good on you all. If you liked this video, you'll probably like these too. Also, while you're here, please consider subscribing. It's your support that keeps this channel alive and allows me to make better and longer videos. Have a great day.